Today I'm going to be playing the new DLC in WWE 2K24 to find out what's the best part of this Post Malone pack. Let's have some fun. And let's list every character from this DLC pack from worst to best. But before we get into that, there's some other things in this update we need to take a look at. Oh, first up we have this Singlet Supreme pack offered in the newest locker code. Maybe I could get that new Chad Gable persona card. That would be really cool. Okay, so let's enter this nice little code here. MITBRIEFCACE. And that's how you spell Mitsby briefcase. Now let's get that free stuff. Hopefully we get some good persona card out of that Singlet Supreme pack. Give me that long-haired Chad Gable, that would be fantastic. Okay, let's start tearing into these. First up, we have Superstars Series 1. We all know this is going to be a useless pile of toss, and yes, it is. Even the wallpaper wasn't new. Oh, here we go. This is the moment of truth. Will we get the long-haired Chad Gable persona card? Give me it, please. I want it more than life itself. Ew. Brother, what's that? Well, at least we got a blue Otis, but it's not a persona card. Bleh. That was disappointing. Anyway, on to these useless side plates. What useless side plate are we gonna get? We're gonna get a Marathon Runner. And if these aren't Amethyst cards, I'm going to be insane balls. Okay, these better be Amethyst. Is Ruby? Who still needs Ruby cards? Come on, man. You can do better than that. At least Jimmy's an Amethyst. Bailey. Oh, yes, from the locker code, right? Oh, Ruby Bailey. Well, to be fair, Bailey and Sensational Sherry should make the deck, so at least there's that. I'll probably give the spot to Sensational Sherry. And there's it and then Austin Theory. Kinda pointless. And then Bianca Belair. What's this? What? Where the hell did that come from? Huh? I don't know why. Why do I have this? I don't remember claiming this. Where did this come from? What the hell? Oh, I see now. It says it comes with 1 diamond contracted card. That must be where that Bianca came from. Well, 2 matches don't do good for me, seeming as when you find a match, it doesn't always load, and when it doesn't load, then it eats up the contract anyway. Just like what happened with my Roxanne Perez, because this game's shit and doesn't work. But anyway, let's get on to the fun DLC. Starting with number 6. It's not the Honky Tonk Man, it's gonna be the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Now, Jimmy perhaps may be the most legendary name in this DLC, but he's a manager. In terms of using him in other modes, you can't use him in my GM, you can't use him online, and sure, you get a manager card in my faction, but again, it's a character that just doesn't come into use as much as the others will. Now, deep down, I was hoping that when I saw he was included, he would be playable as an in-ring competitor like he was in SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, but I already knew that wasn't going to be the case. But in terms of the positive for the Jimmy Hart DLC, I will say he has a cool entrance with the Honky Tonk Man. He has some cool taunts with his megaphone. You can throw your megaphone at people. You know, it's not a complete letdown, but someone had to come in at number 6, and it had to be the least playable character. Which leads us in to number 5, Sensational Sherry. Now again, I would say overall she is one of the more legendary characters in this pack, but her moveset isn't as fun as the others. Not to mention she's also got a low overall, so she's not OP at all. 2K really thinks she is 10 points worse than Logan Paul. So I guess that's what a Hall of Fame career gets you from 2K. Plus there's also this. Now, one thing I've just realised. Why does Sensational Sherry have low blow on? Women do not have balls. So how can this move be effective? And they would be disqualified anyway. I mean, I don't see why you need to be disqualified for hitting a woman in the balls, because women don't have balls. Ball business aside, we go into number 4. Post Malone. Now, the pack is named after this guy, but most long-time wrestling fans would sure appreciate a wrestler in this spot. But we know how it is, they try and get everyone involved these days. So, from a character perspective, he is the least interesting inclusion, at least for me. But what really puts him above Sensational Sherry is his fun moveset. It looks like he has been given Buddy Murphy's moveset, possibly. Not only that, but his finisher is a powerbomb into a cutter. Now, obviously, they weren't trying to give him moves he could do in real life. They were just asking him, "Hey, Post, what moves would you like to do if you was a wrestler?" And I'll say, "Oh, a powerbomb into a cutter. Oh, a V-trigger." And they were like, "Okay, Buddy Murphy's moveset it is." So his moveset bases on fantasy and not reality, but that makes his moveset fun, and that makes him number 4. Now, another positive thing I can say about this Post Malone 2K partnership is he isn't the worst at picking music. It's certainly no SVR06, SVR07, SVR08, SVR09, SVR banger, but it's at least better than the best wrestler in the world's pick for a 2K soundtrack. This has to be the worst thing Bryan Danielson has ever done. Which leads us into 3rd, who is not a turd, it's the Honky Tonk Man. Now, it's been a while since we've seen the Honky Tonk Man in a 2K game. I believe the last game was WWE 2K16, so it's nice to finally have him back. He has some fun taunts. His moveset, while not the most fun, you know, it's signature Honky Tonk Man. He has a nice entrance. You know, there's not really much I can hate on this for. I'm definitely glad to see him back in 2K. I'm definitely glad to see him back in a WWE game. It's cool to have more of these 80s guys. But his moveset is just a little lackluster, even though it's accurate. But that's what left him out of the top 2 spots, which leads us in to number 2. It's going to be between the 2 headbangers, but one moveset stood out over another to me, so number 2 is Headbanger Thrasher. Now, I haven't seen these guys in a WWE game since it's got to be the Attitude Era. Now, they both have fun movesets, they both have fun sets of taunts, fun sets of entrances. These 2 are definitely the top 2 for me. Now, it's a shame we never got them in 2K17 after they returned to SmackDown in 2016. That was a nice short-lived return, and definitely the best WWE has been in the past 10 years. So this is something I'm sure even PG kids can get some nostalgia out of, as well as the Attitude Era fans. So yes, while Thrasher is good, I thought his partner was even better, which leads us into number 1, Headbanger Mosh. Now, does this make him the Shawn Michaels of the Headbangers? That's for you to decide. But I felt his moveset was funner. That's what gave him the edge over his Headbanger partner for me. So if you are in a position where you can only use one Headbanger, I would go with Mosh. But honestly, I'd say both are worth playing as, where you can. Now, this certainly wasn't the most stacked DLC pack, but there's still definitely positives to take away from it. It at least sounds better than the Pat McAfee pack. Way better than the Pat McAfee pack. Let me know if you'd like to see more of these type of videos. Appreciate you watching. Hope to see you again soon. See ya. And if you could like and subscribe, that would blow my mind.